Today, we're just going to get right into it. It's your favorite talking head does what he does best, and that is review things. And this day, I'm going to do something I promised, which I'm a little late on. I'm going to review another book. This one just happens to be Sari Lapena's new book titled Everyone Here is Lying, and it's very true if you read this book. And it was such a good read, and I've never read it before, and I think everybody should. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Humphrey, and for those of you who don't know who I am, been at this a while where I review things in books, television, music, movies, you name it. I do my best to get my opinion out there because I want you to go out there and read more, write more, watch more. It's good to have discussions, and in this case, it's Sari Lapena's new book, Everyone Here is Lying, and I really liked it, and that's why this new format might work out better for some. Uh, Instead of giving my review at the end like I normally did, I'm going to give it based off of somebody's feedback, see if it works out for a little while. My score right now, and I'm going to give it an 8. Masterclass, not the most perfect book in the world, but definitely kept me turning pages very quickly. And it was before I knew it, I was halfway done the book, and I was like, oh, that's because her writing style is really good. Now, what people aren't going to like uh, is going to be different than what I like. But it's definitely a cookie cutter book. Now, in my defense, this is the first book I've ever read of hers, of Sari Lapena's book type of style. But it's definitely very cookie cutter, and that's okay. We've had this discussion before on, I think I was my Joe Nesbo type thing where it's cookie cutter, and it's okay to have some kind of cookie cutters. And I don't know why people don't read cookie cutters. John Grisham, uh, Stephen King, Michael Connolly, James Patterson, Danielle Steele, you name them. Some of the most popular authors in the world are cookie cutters, right? You can't get away from them, and there's a reason why those formulas work. And this is the perfect example of why it works. So some people aren't going to like that it's cookie cutter and the writing is a little simple, and that's okay. And the prose is a little simple. It's fine, and it may feel like it's been there, it's done that. That's the only thing that's bad. But I, on the other hand, I love cookie cutter books because I like books that get me to turn the page quickly. And this, oh, I finished the chapter. Let me. It's 2:30 in the morning. You know what? I'm not tired. Let me read more. And that's what this book did. It was so good, in fact, of being a cookie cutter that I fell in love with her writing style that I said, you know what? I'm going to go out there and read more of her books. And I picked up another one just because I thought, you know what? If this is any indication of her writing style, I can get along with this. I can get along with an author that I know can make me suspend belief and go through. I'll give you a little bit of the plot to see if it's your cup of tea, and then we can settle down and I'll tell you more good about it. Basically, a lovely doctor has been having an affair, and he just ended that affair, ends up having a bad day. He goes home to his family, finds his daughter there alone without her brother, and he's already having a bad day. So he goes outside to clear his head. When he goes back inside, his daughter's gone. That's the plot. That's the simplistic version of the plot, because if I give you more, then you're going to probably guess what the hell's going to happen in the book, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to read it because the build up in this, the build up to that ending is perfect. And I had to go back to like chapter 16, 17 and go, you missed some things. And it's because I was reading it too fast, because she's very good at making me want to turn the next page and go, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to this family? These characters that are ominous and who you know everything about these characters. And I like these deep dives into characters and ugly people. And this is where the writer does well, right? It's not perfect in the sense because a cookie cutter means that you know what the plot is. It's sort of simple. The prose are okay, but it's her writing style that keeps it going in flow. Very good there. I got the couple next door next, which is by her as well, and I hope it's just as good. I hear good things, but I liked that the flow was fast paced. It was like an action movie, but a suburban thriller. And that's what made me really enjoy the cookie cutterness of her writing. Their way of her ability to leave things on a cliffhanger in the last couple paragraphs of a chapter, and you go, I gotta find out what happens. And that's why I continued to turn the page. As you can tell, I became a massive fan of her writing style because I like cookie cutters. I like when I read a book, and don't get me wrong, I like new original ideas, and I like things that are old and classic as well. But I like books where I can just turn off my brain a little bit and imagine what's going on, right? I liken her to like a Harlan Coben typewriter, right? I can see this book being turned into a really good Netflix show or even a movie. You get some good actors in there, right? I'd watch it. I'd even watch a W movie of this type of style because her writing is just is very clever, very good at having some sarcastic, dry sense of humor and a very serious, deep meaning. Right? Did the husband do it? Did the mom do it? Did the affair do it? Who did it? Because everybody in this book is a piece of shit. That's right, part of my language, but everybody here is lying, and that's the title of the book. And that's what the writer does so cleverly. She gives you all this character detail, and she builds it up from there. And that's what makes her really good at at uh, at making you want to read more because she gives you so much of the character. Her character growth and her character build, I think, are really good. I don't know what other people are saying because some people might not like that she lays everything on the table and you can't tell who's lying for a little bit. And then when it gets to it, you're like, oh, that ending will go down in memory for me. And that's why I probably picked up The Couple Next Door to see, just based off a plot summary. But you can see I liked it. I'm okay with Cookie Cutter. A lot of people aren't. There's a lot of good character growth. Some people don't like that. Some people may think there isn't, but if you read it like I did, you're gonna go, oh, like Avery, okay, the everybody, the doctor, like William, you're gonna be like, oh, this is it's getting deeper, and this is what the writer does so well. I personally think going back to like journalist school or writing school that people should read a book like this so they can learn from it, right? You can learn what works so well. You can learn what worked that didn't work. But in this case, you can see she's created herself a style that is just intriguing to writers and would be great as on a visual form. I could visualize everything she wrote in here because she's just very good at being a character person, which means it would turn out well in a movie. Just add some of the visual stuff yourself and great. And I could see these characters come to life in her writing, and that's what made me really like it. Very talented writer. Let's hope The Couple Next Door is just as good. So again, 8, not perfect. You can see, okay, but I want you guys to go out there and read it. I want you guys to let me know what you think of it down below. Let me know what you think of me. Let me know because she has a other list of books, Sherry Lapena. Let me know if there's anything else that she writes so well. Because, like I said, I got a couple next door next. Let me know. Let me know other cookie cutter writers you like because I like cookie cutters. I like to forget myself when I read sometimes because I've had a stressful day at work. And she's the perfect example. Great writer, very talented. Get out there and read more, please. Get out there and let me know what you think of the book as well. I love you guys. You know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say good to Morgan, good to Obden, and good to Knock. Producer, play some music, baby.